Good morning, Mr. Sabat. I'm Miss Trivana from English Education Class D evening. So I will explain about the material of first meeting. So here is it. So the first meeting of Introduction to Linguistic is containing of class agreement, which is containing of assessment, assignment 1, assignment 2 or general review 1, assignment 3 or general review 2, classroom participation, midterm task, final term task, scoring system. Number 1 is assignment of 3%. Number 2 is classroom participation 2%. Number 3 is midterm task 2%. Number 4 is final term task 3%. For example, the formula is NA 3T plus 2K plus 2 UTS plus 3 UAS. Number 2 is linguistics, which is containing linguistic is the scientific study of language by Bowie 1975-3. Linguist is person who studies language or linguistic by Oxford 2008 2057. And the roles of linguistic is language teaching. A teacher who has been exposed to linguistic will be more aware of the nature of language and how it works. B is linguistic can provide a rigorous description of the language as well as the native language. Linguistic can be the source of assumption and has certain implications for language teaching. The object of linguistic is a language. So the object of linguistic is a language. What is language? Language is a system of arbitrary vocal symbols used for human communication. The characteristic of language is Number 1, language is a system. Number 2 is language is arbitrary. Number 3 is language is vocal. Number 4 is language is symbol. Number 5 is language is human. Number 6 is language is communication. The characteristic of language. Number 1 is language is a system. Language, a system of conventional spoken, manual sign, or written symbols by means of which human beings, as members of a social group and participant in its culture, express themselves. Number 2 is language is arbitrary. By the arbitrariness of language, we mean that there is no inherent or logical relation or similarity between any given feature of language and its meaning. There is entirely arbitrary that there is no direct necessary connection between the nature of things or ideas in language. There are variations in different language of the world and have no uniformity. Number 3 is language is a vocal language is an organization of sounds of vocal symbols, the sound message. Speech is primary to writing, but there are several languages in the world which have no writing system, but it enjoy the status of language because they are spoken. Music and singing are vocal sounds, but they are not language. Number 4 is language is a symbol. Language is symbolic because it just stands for the items it represents. This is like how a symbol just stands for the item it represents without actually being item itself. Number 5 is language is human. Human language is generative, which means that it can communicate an infinite number of ideas. This is because it is combinatorial. Words can be combined in different orders to create different layers meanings of a sentence. Animal communication does not have this freedom. Animals communicate within closed system with limited possible ideas to communicate. Birds may have different chirps to signify danger or the location of food, but they cannot combine those chirps together to convey a novel meaning. Number 6 is language is communication. Language implies the system of communication which relies on the verbal or nonverbal codes used in transferring information. Here I will add a little about importance of language in communication. Any language can play a vital role in learning. It enables you to communicate and understand a subject. Following are reasons to understand language and develop your language skills, whether in academic English or professional life.